Lord Vishnu's Narsimha avatar. The terror of Hiranyakashyap. After Lord Varaha killed Hiranyaks, it brought a lot of relief to the gods and humans, but their happiness was short-lived. Hiranyaksha's brother, Hiranyakashyap, swore to take revenge with Lord Vishnu for killing his brother. He caused vast destruction in the three worlds and everyone was scared of him. He wanted to destroy the Devtas, who he felt were under the powers of Vishnu. Hiranyakashyap went to the mountains to meditate. He prayed for years to receive a boon from Lord Brahma for immortality. While Hiranyakashyap was lost in meditation, Lord Indra knew the Asuras were alone without their leader. This was the perfect time to win against them. The Devtas attacked with full power and won. After killing many Asuras, Lord Indra went to Hiranyakashyap's palace. There, he saw Hiranyakashyap's pregnant wife, Kayadu, and thought of taking her as a hostage. So, when Hiranyakashyap comes back, he cannot even think about attacking them. Just then, Narad Muni came and stopped Lord Indra from doing this. Lord Indra told Narad Muni that Kayadu is pregnant and the lineage of Hiranyakashyap must finish as soon as he is born. Narad Muni became angry at Indra for taking a woman as a prisoner. He asked Indra to release Kayadu right away, as it is a great sin to keep an innocent woman as a hostage and to kill a helpless child. He also told him that this child is not an ordinary child. He will become one of the greatest devotees of Lord Vishnu, and the three worlds will benefit from this child. Indra obeyed Narad Muni's orders and released Kayadu. Kayadu told Narad Muni that she cannot stay in the palace as she will be alone and helpless. Narad Muni took Kayadu to his ashram and accepted her as his daughter so she could live peacefully until her husband returns. During her stay, he started telling her stories about Lord Vishnu. She grew an attachment for Lord Vishnu after listening to the spiritual stories. Her unborn baby also heard all the stories with her. From his mother's womb, he grew a strong bond of devotion with Lord Vishnu. The child in Kayadu's womb learnt all the great principles for a good life through Narad Muni's preaching. Kayadu soon gave birth to her son. He was named Prahlad. Time passed and Hiranyakashyap's penance became very severe. The Devtas could feel the heat in heaven, and Lord Brahma was forced to come in front of Hiranyakashyap and fulfill his wish. Lord Brahma appeared in front of Hiranyakashyap and asked him for a boon. Hiranyakashyap told him that he wanted to be immortal, but Lord Brahma told him that this wish is not possible to grant, as it would unbalance the order of life. Hiranyakashyap thought for a while and then asked the Lord Brahma to grant him a boon, that no man, god or animal created by Brahma can kill him. Nobody should be able to kill him at day or night, neither under the skies nor on earth, with a weapon or bare hands, neither inside nor outside. Lord Brahma, having refused one boon to him, had no choice but to grant this boon. Overjoyed, Hiranyakashyap went back to his kingdom with full confidence. He was disappointed to see the condition of his kingdom. He found his wife and son and brought them back to his kingdom from Narad Muni's ashram. Hiranyakashyap decided to take revenge with Lord Indra and show him his real powers. He fought with the Devtas alone and defeated them, and took charge of the heavens. Because of his boon, the Devtas were powerless against him. Hiranyakashyap conquered the three worlds, but his aim was to defeat Vishnu. He started torturing everyone who prayed to Vishnu and forced them to worship him only. Conquering the outside world, Hiranyakashyap did not realize that Prahlad, his son, had become a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. One day, while talking to his son, Hiranyakashyap asked,
"Dear son, what do you think is the best thing to do in life?"
Prahlad replied, "To seek refuge in Shree. Hiranyakashyap was shocked to hear this. He told Prahlad to stop worshipping Vishnu and to start worshipping him instead, as he is greater than all. When Prahlad refused, Hiranyakashyap felt someone was brainwashing him. Therefore, sent him off to Guru Shukracharya's ashram for schooling. At the ashram, he told his fellow students to place faith in Sri Hari and worship him only. This led to punishments by his teachers, which still could not remove his devotion. When Prahlad came back to the palace, his father asked him,
"My son, what have you learned by going to the ashram?"
Prahlad replied, One must always take the name of Sri Hari. Hiranyakashyap asked Prahlad's teachers,
"Is this what you really have taught Prahlad?"
They told him it wasn't their fault as they tried to train Prahlad, but he kept on teaching his friends that the essence of all learning lies in Sri Hari's name. Prahlad explained to his father that if he wishes well for himself, he too should pray to Lord Vishnu. Hiranyakashyap's patience had finally given up. He decided to punish Prahlad for his misdeed and ordered his guards to kill him. The guards took their weapons and tried to cut Prahlad in half. Prahlad sat there with his eyes shut, praying to Lord Vishnu, and the weapons went through his body without him getting a single scratch. Hiranyakashyap heard what happened and ordered to take Prahlad to the tallest mountain and throw him down. The guards took him to the peak of the tallest mountain and threw him down from there. Prahlad dropped down softly, chanting the name of Sri Hari, and made his way back to the palace. Hiranyakashyap ordered to bring the most vicious snakes. The snakes saw Prahlad and twirled around his body like ornaments as he chanted, "Sri Hari." He was then given poison to drink in porridge, but this did not cause any harm to him either. Hiranyakashyap became more furious and sentenced Prahlad to death by drowning him. Prahlad was thrown into the ocean. While chanting, the ocean lifted him over the waves, landing him safely on the shore. He was then taken to mad elephants, but the elephants bowed to him instead of attacking. Every time Hiranyakashyap failed, as his gods tried to kill Prahlad, he would come back to the palace chanting. Hiranyakashyap's anger increased and he thought of more rigorous punishments. He then called for his sister Holika. Holika had a boon that fire would not hurt her. A big bonfire was lit with a pile of wood. She sat down with Prahlad on her lap when suddenly flames started taking over her body. Holika had to pay the price of her sinful desire with her life. She was not aware that the boon worked only when she entered the fire alone. Trying to burn Prahlad, she violated the condition of the boon. Therefore, she had to die. Prahlad, who kept chanting, came out unharmed, and the Lord blessed him for his extreme devotion. Everyone was surprised to see Prahlad walking out safely when the fires were out, while Holika was burnt to ashes. Till today, this day is observed as Holika Dahan. Holi comes from the name of Holika and is celebrated as a festival of victory of good over evil. Holi is also celebrated as the triumph of a devotee. No matter how strong someone is, he cannot harm a true devotee. Those who dare torture a true devotee of God shall be turned to ashes. Hiranyakashyap had enough as his anger reached its peak. He dragged Prahlad and challenged him in the palace. Fumingly he asked,
"Where is your Vishnu?"
When Prahlad replied, "Everywhere," Hiranyakashyap pointed to a pillar and asked,
"Is he in there too?"
Prahlad nodded yes. Hiranyakashyap shouted,
If he is inside this pillar, ask him to come and save you. I will see who comes today.
Hiranyakashyap furiously hit the pillar with his mace. From the pillar came a terrifying roar. And to his surprise, the pillar cracked with a thundering sound, and out came a ferocious being. It was a man with the face of a lion. He was angry and bloodlusted. Lord Vishnu appeared in the form of Narsimha. Nar means man and Simha means lion. Among all the avatars of Lord Vishnu, the Narasimha avatar was the fiercest one. As the preserver of the universe, Lord Vishnu transformed into a ferocious being to eliminate the demon king Hiranyakashyap, who had created havoc in the three worlds. The ferocious creature roared aggressively. Hiranyakashyap hit Lord Narasimha with his mace, but Narasimha moved aside swiftly. Hiranyakashyap then remembered Lord Brahma's boon, which was actually his death wish. Lord Narasimha held Hiranyakashyap and dragged him to the doorstep of the courtroom, which was neither inside nor outside. At the twilight hour, when it was not day or night, he placed him on his lap, which was neither under the skies nor on earth. Lord Narsimha pierced his claws into Hiranyakashyap's body, ripping through his intestines without any weapons. Hiranyakashyap saw Lord Narayan in Narsimha. He understood his absurdity and died at the hands of Narasimha with all his death wishes fulfilled. After killing Hiranyakashyap, Lord Narasimha gave out a loud roar which frightened all the Asuras. No one dared to approach him, not even the Devtas. Lord Narasimha had to be calm, or else his fearsome avatar could destroy the three worlds. Prahlad, being a true devotee, was not afraid of seeing the Lord even in a terrifying form. He went up to Lord Narasimha with utter devotion in his eyes and thanked him for saving his life. Lord Narasimha calmed down, seeing Prahlad's true devotion. He saw Prahlad was heartbroken with his father's death. Lord Narasimha explained that Hiranyakashyap was his doorkeeper in his previous birth. He must take 3 births in order to overcome the curse and return to Vaikunt. This was only his first birth. He told him not to grieve on his father's death. One must take birth and die to purify his soul. Lord Narasimha then crowned Prahlad as the king of the Asuras. He ruled in honesty, being the most caring and kind-hearted ruler. Every Asura in his kingdom became caring and gave up their old cruel habits, gaining prosperity for all their people. In this avatar, Lord Vishnu saved his devotee, prevented the triumph of evil, and established rightness. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to stay updated. Crucial story!